Hello.
Hello.
We can hear you, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening and welcome to tonight's session on our accountancy training. My name is Lulia Apriala Atedo, and I have with me here Dr. Emmanuel and Madam Zainab to coordinate the session. We also have our CEO. Thank you so much, sir. So I'll hand over to our program coordinator, Dr. Emmanuel. To welcome the students who are interested in the program. Thank you, Dr. Emmanuel. You're welcome. Hello, Dr. Emmanuel. Are you around?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, all. I welcome all of you to this accountancy training. We all know the importance of accountancy. There is no government in the world that can stand without proper accounting of its financial earnings. Whatever comes in and whatever is being spent on the different arms of the government can only be accounted for and audited by the principles of accountancy. And of course, in this modern day, a lot of things have been added to the training of accountancy. And I'm very sure that those of you who have enrolled for this program will benefit immensely from this digital age of accountancy. On behalf of the CEO, I welcome all the participants, and I want to encourage you to be serious with this training, because I can assure you that you are going to have an edge over all your colleagues who have any knowledge of accountancy at all. On behalf of the CEO and all the management team of IGTA, I hereby declare this training session open. Thank you very much. So I call on Mrs. Lulia to take over now. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. I will now call on the trainer, Mr. Elisha Wom, to present the course outline for the training and share more insights on the program so that students will be able to make decision on taking the program. Mr. Elisha, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Nolia. You're all welcome to tonight's session. As you all know, some of you know me as Elisha. I have been the trainer on the accountancy class for the past couple of months, or if not a year. And this is another opportunity for those who were not able to join us in our previous classes. And I would just want to share with you the course outlined and some encouragement why you need to join this class. We know that, just like the doctor has said it in the beginning, there's nowhere in the world that you can do without accounting. Whether you are a business person, whether you are in government, whether you are a private entity, we all need accounting. So financial management is very, very important. As a manager, as an owner of a business, you need this information. to help you to make informed decisions. Just to waste your time, I want to share some small presentation that I have for tonight's class. And then afterward, I'll go into the course outline proper. Can you all see my screen? Is my screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is visible.
All right.
Go ahead.
Now, I said importance of enrolling in the 3-month accountancy course. Why must you enroll? I said inside Global Training Academy, IGTA International, it is why do you need to inform to transform your financial and professional journey in just 3 months. For those who will enroll, this course will help you transform your financial and professional journey just within 3 months. If you able to get in touch with those that enroll in this course, they will testify what they really get. So you will gain a lot of mastery of the course. For those who don't have knowledge in accounting, you have an opportunity to know what accounting is, how records are being kept, how to prepare a report, how to do some audits. And I'm telling you that this course or this course outline is robust in the sense that it encompasses the different arms of accounting or different parts of accounting. We come across things like management accounting. We talk about taxation. We talk about what do you call it, auditing. We talk about financial accounting, and so on and so forth. And most of all, we're going to look at some of the accounting software that you need to work with as an accountant or as a businessman or as a CEO. You need all this information. So I will say that, one, why must you join this course? We said, one, gain practical accounting skills. You gain practical accounting skills. Sorry. Sorry, a minute. I said gain practical accounting skills. We have a hands-on learning in bookkeeping. We know what bookkeeping is all about. You know what is a ledger? We talk about the balance sheet, or we call it the statement of financial position. We talk about other financial statements. It also helps you to apply real-world accounting practice beyond the theory. We go beyond the theory because here, what we do here is the practical aspect of it. We may share the theory aspect for you to get a better understanding, but when we come to the course itself, we'll embark mostly on the practical aspect. That is what we will do. Secondly, it will boost your employability and career opportunities. Are you looking for a job in accounting? Do you want to enhance your career opportunities? This course will help you earn a diploma certificate, which is recognized by employers. It will make you stand out in demand financial and accounting skills. It is ideal for students, job seekers, and career changers. If you want to switch your career from particular career to accounting, it is very ideal for you. Are you looking for a job? It's ideal for you. Are you a manager? It's ideal for you. And at the end of the course, remember, you'll be awarded a diploma, which is recognized worldwide. And to make you have confidence in IGTA, IGTA is not an anyhow organization. It's recognized, it's registered by the CAC. It has all registration that is required for an organization to stand. So it has all those requirements. Number three, it will enhance business and financial management. You learn how to manage business finances effectively. You will track your income, expenses, your profits with confidence. You will use financial reports to make informed decisions. As a business owner, if you don't have records, you're moving towards doom. Your business will not stand the test of time because if you don't track your income, you don't track your expenses, you don't know how business is operating, you will fail. So during this course, it will enhance you, it will enhance your business and financial management skill. The fourth point here is you learn from industry experts. You get trained by seasoned professionals with real-world experience, access practical tools, templates, and real case studies. I am a member of Chartered Accountant of Nigeria. I'm a professional in that field. I've been working as a teacher for over 10 years, teaching post-secondary and tertiary institutions students in this aspect. So you gain industrial expertise from me by His grace. Number 5, flexible and accessible learning. You join interactive class via WhatsApp or Zoom. This class will be under WhatsApp or Zoom. You have access to materials and recording anytime for easy review. So after every class, the material will be uploaded for you to test. You have the videos to go through to review what has been taught for that day. Now 6, you will be awarded a globally recognized certification. You earn a diploma certificate from IGTA International. That will boost your credibility and professional value globally. That is a plus. Number 8, affordable, time efficient, and life-changing. Just within 3 months of focused learning for lifelong benefit. We just spent 3 months by His grace. We're starting from the 7th of December to the 7th of March 2026. That is what the time we will spend to achieve all this. It's just a small investment in time for major financial empowerment. All I'm asking from you is sacrifice. Invest in your small time every week. You will not regret that you enroll in this course. Now, let's look at the course outline. First of all, we're going to look at the overview of accountancy. We'll talk about the importance of accounting in business. Does accounting has any importance in any business? Yes, of course, we'll see it. We'll talk about key accounting terms and concepts. Talk about things like cost concept, talk about materiality concept, talk about going concern concept. These are concepts that are being used in accounting. Then, having done that, look at the accounting cycle. Accounting has a 12-month cycle. Some may start from January to December. Some may start from December maybe to the next year, to November. Some will start from February to March. So it has a life cycle. So all these activities that are being carried out within this period, we will look at them. Then we have steps in accounting cycle. What are the steps? From where to where, from where to where. Now, we'll talk about things like double entry bookkeeping system, which is the fundamentals of accounting. This is what accounting is based on. Double entry is the foundation of accounting. Double entry bookkeeping, we'll look at that. We'll look at recording transaction in the cash book. Of course, we'll talk about the different type of cash book. We may not have time to cover the manual, but look at things like the 1-column cash book, the 2-column cash book. Then we have the 3-column cash book. We'll talk about the journal entries. What are journals? What do we use journal for? When do we supposed to use journal? We look at all those things. Then we'll talk about the trial balance. What is the trial balance? Why do we need trial balance? How do we prepare trial balance? Of course, we see that during the course. Then we'll talk about things like bank reconciliation. We tend to know what is bank reconciliation. Why do we prepare a bank reconciliation? Why must we reconcile our cash book or our record with the bank? Yes, of course. The record the bank keep is far different from what you keep here. The entries you made in your cash book is recorded on the debit side of the cash book, even though I'm going too far. But the bank makes the same entry on the credit side of their bank records. So there's need for you to what? Reconcile. Sometimes you send a check, for instance, to the bank, or give someone a check to the bank, but the person will not go and cash the check in that same day. Let's assume that day is the end of the month, but you've cashed that check in your cash book that you've made payment to Mr. A, but that Mr. A hasn't taken that check to bank to cash. That check will not be reflecting in the bank statement. Of course, when we go to this course, we'll see the integrities of all this. Then we'll look at what steps in preparing a bank reconciliation. Of course, we'll take some practical illustrations. Having done with that, we are going to look at the various financial statements. We'll talk about the balance sheet, which is known as the statement of financial position. Talk about the income statement or the profit and loss account. Talk about the cash flow statement. Talk about the statement of owner's equity. They will look at ratio analysis and interpretation. Yes, one of the skills of an accountant is the ability to analyze and interpret financial statement. What are the tools needed? We need things like what? Ratios. Look at the various types of ratios. Talk about the liquidity ratios. We'll talk about a lot of ratios, and we'll see how to analyze a financial statement before we what? Interpret and then make an informed decision. Then we'll look at inventory management. What are inventories? Some people call it stock. Look at types of inventory. Talk about the inventory valuation method. Look at the first in, first out. That is FIFO. Look at the last in, first out. Then we'll look at the weighted average method. These are what there are more of these, but these are the common one we have that we're going to look at in the course of this study. Then we'll differentiate between periodic versus perpetual inventory system. From the word periodic, it means you review your inventory maybe after a certain fixed period, maybe after a month or 2 years. But perpetual is what? It is a continuous system. We'll look at all those things. Then we'll look at depreciation and amortization of assets. Of course, assets have lifespan. Assets do depreciate. That means they do lose value. As you use them, they lose value. So we'll look at we need to understand what is what? Depreciation. Look at the methods of depreciation. We'll look about the straight line method. Look about the declining balance sheets, balance method. And then we'll look about amortization of intangible assets. One thing you should know that we depreciate fixed assets and we amortize intangible assets, or we depreciate tangible assets, as you can see and touch, things like the motor vehicles, the land, the buildings, the fixtures and fitting in the office, your computer laptops. These are what? Tangible, because you can see them. We would depreciate them. But things that are intangible, they exist. We cannot see them with our naked eyes. We know they exist. Things like the brand name of an organization. Talk about things like the goodwill and so forth and so on. And so on and so forth. Now, having done that, we'll look at how to manage receivable and payable. What are receivables? These are your debtors. As you're a businessman, sometimes you sell goods to people on credits. This form what we call receivables. As a business person, you buy goods on credit. It becomes your what? Payable. How will you manage this? We look at how to record receivable and payable. Talk about the aging of account receivable, and then bad debts and allowances, managing payables. If you don't manage your receivable very well, they become bats. debt. What is bad debt? A debt that is you will not be able to collect it. So there's no need for you to keep them in the records. You need to write them off. We call them bad debt. Someone that's owing you money because you're so good to him on credit, for instance, and then he promised to give you money maybe in 2 months' time. 2 months' time, he didn't give you. 3 months' time, he didn't give you. And then, unfortunately, he's no more. That debt cannot be paid by him again because it doesn't exist. Unless if you collect the money as what? As a corporate entity. That means the company can pay you. But if you collect it as an individual, it means what? That debt has become bad to written off. So if you don't manage your receivable very well, the tendency to become what? To become bad before you know it. Now, we talk about payroll accounting. We're recording payroll transaction, how to prepare a payroll. Okay, you have this staff. You want to prepare a payroll for them. What are the elements of the payroll? What do you add to the payroll? What do you deduct? What do you deduct from the payroll? We talk about payroll taxes and deductions. You prepare a payroll report. That's what we're going to look at under payrolling. The next topic we'll look at is the internal control and fraud prevention. We're living in a very dangerous times where fraud has taken another dimension. So, as an accountant, you need to put in place an internal control system. First of all, look at why do we need to prepare, or what do we need to put internal control system? That is importance of internal control system. We look at the types of internal control that we need to put in place, and then we look at how do we prevent and detect fraud, or how do we detect and prevent fraud. Fraud is common if there's no control. Having done that, the next broad topic we're going to look at is introduction to managerial accounting. Of course, we're going to look at the difference between financial accounting and management accounting or managerial accounting. Because what are the difference? What do we have? What is the thing that differentiate between financial accountant and management accountant? We're going to look at those things. We'll look at cost behavior and cost volume profit analysis. That's under management accounting. We'll look at budgeting and variance analysis. You make a budget, and then at the end of the day, what you achieve is more than or less than what you budget. So budget are just forecasts. So there's need for you to analyze. You may have favorable variance or unfavorable variance, depends on what happened. Then we talk about taxation. That's basic taxation basics. We talk about things like type of taxes, talk about introduction to corporate and personal taxes, and then we look at some example of tax accounting. How do you prepare personal income tax? How do you prepare a corporate tax? Then the next to it, we'll be looking at software, accounting software and technologies. We have an overview of popular accounting software like the QuickBooks, the Sage, the Xerox, and the rest of them. And we'll now talk about the benefit of using accounting softwares. Why must we switch from the manual accounting to accounting softwares? Look at the benefits. There are so many benefits, of which we will see them in the course of the study. We'll now look at the basic functions and features of these various accounting softwares. We'll look at some of them and then their features, their functions and the features. And if time permits, we'll look at maybe QuickBooks in practical. We'll just pick a dashboard of QuickBooks, see how it's being run. Now, the next topic will be ethics in accounting. We know that every profession has their ethics. They have their do's and don'ts. They have their rules and regulations. Accounting has ethics. We are going to look at the importance of ethics in accounting. We'll look at some common ethical issues that one may come across as an accountant. We'll look at the codes of conduct and professional standards. We'll look at all those. Then finally, we're having the practical application of accounting skills. That is towards the end of the course. And they will look at real world case study, and they will have a course review and final examination. Then we'll wrap up, and there will be what? Certification. Before it, there will be what? Question and answer session. Then after the exams, yes, of course, your script will be marked, you'll be scored, and then if you are qualified, IGT will give you a diploma as your certificate. Enroll now. Transform your financial futures with IGTA International. Don't just learn accounting, master it the IGTA way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the detailed course outline you've given us and a brief on what we need to know about accounting. Thank you so much. I'll call on Madam Zainab to take us on the question and answer session.
Wow, that was a lot. Thanks for the insights, Mr. Elisha. Thank you, sir. I want to welcome all of us once more to IGT Accountancy Training. Before we go on to the question and answer session, I would love to call on Madam Loila to kindly state all that is needed for the training, its timeline, and the registration process. Please, Madam Loila, elaborate more on that for us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, what is required of every student who comes into IGTA is to register first on our website. You have to register so that we have your name on our database. You have to register as a student. And then you also follow us on all our social media platforms. Then for the training proper, as we have been told by our trainer, classes will commence on the 7th of December this year and will be after working hours. That's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. And a minimum of 3 classes will be held per week on days that will be most convenient for everyone who will register for the course. And also note that all classes will be recorded and will be made available to all registered students, including materials and notes of every class. And everyone who is to register is expected to pay a commitment fee of 20,000 naira for those who are in Nigeria and 15,000 francs for those residents in Cameroon. And this is to be paid on or before the 3rd of December this year. All students who are interested in the course should know that the normal registration portal, that means if you want to pay the 20,000 naira and 15,000 francs, you are to register on or before the 3rd because the portal will be closed. After that, you will be required to pay an additional fee of 10,000 naira. And for our platforms, we have some rules guiding us on how we do things. That we do not allow any posts outside the course that we are taking. That means you shouldn't post anything, any promotional, any adverts, anything about yourself, pictures, greetings, devotionals, political posts, and anything outside the training we are taking, it is not allowed. All students are also required to ask all their questions on the platform and in the class. No private chatting of any of the administrators. If you have any question, post it in the class and an answer will be given to you. Or during the live sessions, you can ask if it is related to the, the course, you can ask the trainer. So these are the things everyone is expected to do and the requirements for the training. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Loila, for all that you've just said. We'll be going on for our question and answer session right now. If you have any question, you can drop it on the chat box or you raise your hand and then you'll be called upon. The trainer, Mr. Elisha, Dr. Emmanuel, Madam Loila, or myself would respond to whatever question you have for us. So you can start asking your questions. Thank you very much. We are waiting for your questions. If you have any or challenges, kindly ask.
Good evening. Please, I have a question. I'm Grace.
Okay,
Yes, from
go
Lagos
ahead.
State. Please, concerning the I want to ask a question concerning the certificate. The certificate, will it be hard copy or soft copy? Or how are we going to get it handy, ma? Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question. Our certificates are soft copies certificates. Does that clear the air?
Okay. Are they printable, ma? Can we print them?
Of course you can. You go to the business center and then you ask them to print certificate printing for you. They always have a paper for that.
Okay. Thank you, ma.
Thank you very much. Is there any other question?
Okay, one more question, ma. Please, ma, this course that we are about to start now, will there be any link that will maybe assist the student in getting maybe a job online or something related to that?
Madam Loila, can you help us answer this question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, ma, I can hear you, ma.
IGTA offers free trainings and students are just required to pay commitment fees. We do not offer jobs to students. However, all our trainers are available to give mentorship to anyone who needs them. So that is what we do here. Thank you.
Okay. Let me also respond like this. Our certificates are honored by so many international organizations. So that once you apply for any job, once they see IGTA, you will have an edge over others. But of course, let me also add that once in a while, depending on your performance, sometimes our CEO can make can recommend you to a place for maybe internship. And of course, through your internship training, if they see your skill, they may decide to retain you. He has done that for several people, but we don't bring that out as one of our modus operandi. Okay, we don't go looking for job for people, but sometimes when we see that you are very, very good, you can be recommended to a place where you can do your internship. And if you perform very well there, nobody need to tell them, they will just decide to retain you. But the assurance I'm giving to you is that there are so many of our former students who applied for jobs, and because the certificates are recognized internationally, they were given that opportunity. So that is the advice I'll give to you. Just be serious with your work, be versatile in the training, know how to use a software. And I can assure you that if you go to, even without IGTA recommendation, you go to any place to do your internship or any training or any work, and you exhibit those skills, I can assure you that such organization will want to retain you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Emmanuel and Madam Loila, for answering that question. And I'm glad that Madam Grace, you're happy with what has been said. So please, do we have any other question? Kindly ask your question.
Let me ask like this. My question goes to our trainer. Will
Okay, sir.
students be required to make use of laptop, or they can just make do with their phones? The software you'll be sharing with the students, are they going to be using laptop or just phone stuff? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for that important question. Now, when we talk about the accounting software, of course, you require a laptop when it comes to the practical aspect of it. But when we're talking about the theory, you can of course use your phone for the course out, I mean for the training. When it comes to practical application, you may require a laptop because these are softwares that you use on the laptop. Because I would like us to look at, for the QuickBooks, we're going to look at maybe the desktop version of it. We have both the online version and desktop version. We're going to look at the desktop version of it. So we need a laptop to be ensured, need a laptop for these practicals. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. So we are waiting for other questions. We are here because of you. Please, if you have a question, kindly ask. Well, questions. He wants to.
I think I also want to suggest that after this program this evening, the candidates and other interested people who want to come on board later on can drop their questions on the chat box so that the trainer or the IGTA staff will respond to them. I'm sure they didn't know this program was going to hold today. That's why the participants are so few. But I'm sure by the time we advertise it more people will join. Thank you.
That's okay, sir. Since we do not have any question, I want us all to note that our classes will be on Sundays and Thursdays. I hope our trainer knows about this.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay, sir.
Sundays and Thursdays, yeah.
Except of course, our students have any other suggestion to this. And
Sure.
that's why we are asking, yes, that's why we want you to ask your questions if there's any challenge also, so that even if it's not okay, we can draft a pool and send to the platform. But since nobody is responding, that means our classes still remain on Sundays and Thursdays. So let me call on our program coordinator, Dr. Emmanuel, to help us close this session. Dr. Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to thank our CEO. I want to thank our CEO for always bringing up very important programs for the training of our students. His goal has always been to give to society, and it's a very laudable gesture. And I'm sure that what he is doing today, he's actually building the future of youths, okay, making them to be at par with what is in vogue all over the world. So I want to say thank you very much, our CEO. We also thank our resource person, our trainer. We hope to go through this course and get all the benefits of it. I also want to encourage all our students, please and please and please, prepare your future. The future is in your hands now. Going through this training is like building what you are going to be comfortable with in the future. And I want to enjoy you to do your best to be serious with these trainings, because you may never have this type of opportunity again in the future. And with that, I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to our international secretary. Thank you to Madam Zenia. Thank you to everybody who has made himself available for this meeting. Thank you all. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.
To our host, we may end the session. Thank you very much.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. See you. Thanks.
Good night. Good night. Good night, sirs and ma'ams.
Like the world, prepare for the future of work. We create customized courses, training materials, online learning solutions, and much more. Explore our services, certificates, and diplomas. Complete IGTA courses to earn official certificates, diplomas, and credits that will move your career forward. We turn talent into greatness. Mindsets that tantalize organizations and nations. It's your own. It's your own. Tantalized organizations and nations. It's your own. It's your own. It's changes